party is sick. Dude, bro, this party is sick. Dude, bro, this party is sick. Dude, bro, this party is sick. Dude, this party has like 5 different kinds of nachos. Whoa, that's off the hook crazy.
5 different nachos.
5 different nachos.
5 different nachos.
5 different nachos.
Let's train to Awesome Town.
Come on, everybody, won't you party with me now?
Let's train to Awesome Town.
Come on, won't you party with me? Do.
Let's train to Awesome Town.
The roof is on fire, gonna burn it to the ground here.
Let's train to Awesome Town.
Come on, won't you party with me? Party with me. Party with me. Party with me. Party with me.
5 different nachos.
All right, you are listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I'm Caleb.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Jake. Hey.
And in today's show, we will have your Nintendo news up first, and then we will have gaming news. After that, we will have your nerd vocab. And then, fourth, we will have your tech news. And lastly, if we have time, we'll have some Marvel news. So,
Just a bit.
just a wee tiny bit, yet it's big at the same time-ish,
Yeah.
if you want to put it
But
like
we'll
that.
get to that.
Yes, indeed we will, and that'll all happen here on the Nerd Edification Hour today. So, Nintendo news is
First
today,
up on the agenda.
Club
All right.
Nintendo is shutting down.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh man, darn.
Now, what does that mean? Well, I've kind of been noticing that their rewards are kind of sad. I mean, I remember they used to have all these really cool posters, actual physical games, jackets, thermoses, all sorts of different crazy stuff. And then all of a sudden they're just like, digital download stuff. A game case every
It's
now
like a
and
magazine?
then.
What is it?
No, it's like a rewards program, like you would sign up for, say, Sony Rewards, and you register your product, and every time that you register your product, you get points, and you can cash in those points for
Okay.
stuff. So it's
Like my sister bought pretty much every Disney movie that's ever come out on DVD,
And-
and now she had a ton of points. I don't know what she's going to buy.
yeah.
She's been buying DVDs with it. So.
It's pretty much like that, but Nintendo's version.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so it launched 6 years ago. 6 years. Oh,
Years?
wow, I cannot talk.
Well, technically, it was 6 New Years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago in North America, and so they just decided that they're going to shut down this version, wind it down over the course of this year, and maybe decide to do a new rewards program of some kind. We don't know what they're going to call it, what they're going to do with it, but
They will share details at a later date
Yeah.
as to what that is, but as for right now, we just know that they're shutting down, but
Yeah.
there's going to be something new.
yes,
That's all there is.
exactly. So starting by July 1st, all of your Club Nintendo accounts are going to be closed down. So spend your coins before then.
Yeah, Nintendo's like, hey, look, ahead of time, spend all your coins now for all the things that, you say, hey, you've been on the fence about, you might want to get that now.
Well, they're also going to add like a dozen of downloadable games right now. So if you have any Club Nintendo stuff, like codes that you haven't put in and registered your games for, go ahead and do that, because they're not being printed anymore at all. I think the last one that they have put a code in is anything that released by the end of like this month. I want to say the newer games aren't going to have any Club Nintendo codes, but
Right.
in addition to that, as well as all those downloadable games being added at like a kind of a cheap price, so you can get them and stuff and actually use your coins, they're going to give out free download codes for Flipnote Studio 3D at the end of February for all Club Nintendo members. So you're going to probably get an email about it if you haven't already, and just click the link and it'll tell you how to get Flipnote in February.
Yep, and
And it's going to
maybe
be interesting.
maybe when the new system comes around, I'll sign up for that because I didn't really sign up for Club Nintendo. I was just like, man, you
Well, I mean,
know.
well, like it's whatever it's going to be called then.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
Flipnote, for those who don't know, is kind of like an animation studio sort of thing for the 3DS, and you can send your friends stuff. It's kind of like SwapNote, but not as cutesy.
Cutesy. All right,
But
so
yep.
now we're moving on. Some German researchers are creating a sentient Mario capable of learning independent through thought and self-control.
Are you sure they're researchers, or are they just college students that have some free time? and
They
just
could
goofing
be.
around?
That's where the news I got. That's what they said it were.
Maybe they're just from Skynet.
Skynet? Okay.
I'm having.
Skynet Mario.
Mario is Skynet.
Mario
I'm
Skynet.
having. He could be the first Terminator.
Luigi Terminator.
He could be the first Terminator, guys. I'm having like Terminator flashbacks. This is not okay.
It's kind of scary. It's like, Mamma Mia, you will be terminated.
Can
or
we
something.
take? Can we take a moment to imagine the Governator in a Mario costume? Just a moment.
Interesting or scary, whichever
It's
one. you
probably
prefer.
actually really
Probably
scary.
So yeah, they've played with it. They've programmed it, and at first he didn't know what a Goomba was, but
He learned.
he
what a Goomba-
learned what a Goomba was,
and then
he's
he
like,
learned if he jumped on the Goomba,
It might die.
sometimes
Yeah.
die.
Yeah. That's kind of creepy,
It's like,
really, that you're thinking about it.
he eats coins when he's hungry or something like that.
But the important thing, does he learn the value of a Goomba life?
I don't
Oh.
think so. I don't think they've gone that deep. He just
He needs to feel compassion.
he knows fear and
He knows to fear the
and
Goomba.
curiosity.
Will Mario know how to love?
No. A
Add a
machine-
Peach and have Peach learn as well.
Oh
And
my.
then,
Am I? And now I'm having Bicentennial Man flashbacks.
Like Garden of
and now
Eden
I'm
kind of
upset.
stuff.
Oh my goodness.
But Mario.
But Mario, wow.
Well, I guess that's it for the first part. Next up, we will have your video game news, and the song is an old one because it is, and it's Stardust. We played that way back when. If you've been a loyal fan of the Nerd Edification Hour, you've probably heard this
Yeah.
once or twice.
It's a throwback.
It's a big throwback. And we will be right back here on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio.
On my planet.
And we are back on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. My name is Rachel, and I have with me my friend Jake.
Who interrupts?
Hey, no, I'm going to be doing some page turning ASMR.
Jake.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, I'm Jake, and this is Caleb.
Hi, I'm Caleb. I'm your wonderful host who is here.
Jake, you're nuts.
People.
You're absolutely
I thought I
nuts.
was the nuts. I thought I was nuts.
You're the host with the most.
Thought I was crazy.
No,
okay.
I'm the host with the most. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I don't have my
Tangled up in
my
the stories.
stripes on today, so I'm not.
Stripes.
Wear your stripes.
Yeah, I need
Oh,
to wear
your
my
stripes, like on your Facebook picture.
Like Tony
Yes,
the Tiger.
exactly.
Oh, okay. Those
So-
stripes.
So right now
Enough,
we have
enough banter.
I don't know
Let's
what
move
we have
What do we have?
our gaming news.
on. Woohoo! My favorite part.
So first up on the agenda for gaming news is
Oh.
back in the day. Do you guys remember the computer adventure games? You know, like PC
Like
and
point and
stuff like
click?
that. Kind
no,
of.
No, I
No.
was raised in the country where there was no technology whatsoever.
Legit? You didn't play RuneScape?
Legit, I was in the middle of nowhere.
France?
Well, this was one of the like really good 3D games that came out back in the day. It's called Grim Fandango.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's basically you play.
This is a Rachel segment.
Not really, but it's an interesting game. You play as this skeleton guy, and there's like a mystery, and it's very noir.
Because you love your
feeling.
mystery games.
Yeah, but it's very noir feeling, and they are releasing it as a remastered edition on the 27th of this month on the PS4, and it looks super neat, and all of the soundtrack has been re-recorded with a live
What did it come out
orchestra.
on?
It was originally, I think, on the PC,
Okay.
but it's not on Steam. Sorry,
A little too old.
it's a little too old.
And those
Too
old
old for that.
Windows 98 type games, they won't even play on newer computers. So it's
Not
kinda
unless
like,
you-
Not unless
Like-
you have DOS installed
Emulator.
or
Right,
whatever.
or unless
like a
you
DOS
emulate it.
emulator.
Yeah.
Then you gotta bring up the command prompt, then you gotta type it in, then it's like error.
That's
error,
what I'm doing in my
error.
computer classes. It's just like command prompt stuff. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but I'm excited for it since it's a genre that I actually like to play, and I'm one of those people that play older games. And you'd probably like it though, since it's very adventure-y.
Okay. Is it like Day of the Dead art style? Because that's what it sounds like.
Kind
De
of,
los Muertos or
but
something.
less flowery.
Okay.
If you know what I'm saying by flowery. Yeah, it's skeletons and stuff like that, and suits. Skeletons and suits,
Okay.
but not Jack Skellington,
Okay.
No.
if that makes sense.
Jack Skellington DLC
Jack
confirmed.
No. God, no. But yes. Does anyone here
But yes.
But
play?
yeah.
But yes.
Does anyone here play Borderlands?
I've dabbled in Borderlands 2, but
He dabbles.
I dabbled. I actually the
He
only
dips, he
thing
dabbles.
the only thing I've bought DLC wise in that game is the Mechromancer, because it sounded fun, and it is fun because I get to summon a robot that murders everyone. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of fun. Although none of my friends will play it with me, so
I didn't really
kinda
get into it other than I laughed for about a million years because Handsome Jack looks like Mitt Romney, and it just makes me laugh every time. And then when I see new people realize that, and they just can't look at him the same anymore. But in any case, it is being re-released as the Handsome Collection on the Xbox One and PS4 in March. There's a limited edition that costs like $400.
Okay.
ooh, in my limited edition, there's like 5,000 something like that units, because it comes
Yeah.
with the robot.
Yeah, you
remote
literally get
control.
Comes with a
Claptrap.
robot?
Yeah.
You get Claptrap. You get a robot with it.
It's not a model. It's a animatronic.
It's Claptrap.
You can control
Okay.
it with the
Yeah.
remote and stuff.
And it talks.
Hey, I'm Claptrap. Yeah, he was kind of fun.
Yeah, so he can annoy you in real life instead of just in the game. But yeah, so pretty much what they're doing is it's going to be Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel.
Yes.
So pretty much whatever Handsome Jack is in, which is, why it's
And
called the
you get
Handsome
all
Collection.
the DLC
Yeah.
bundled in there, which is kind of nice.
And it's going to run at 1080p and up to 60 frames per second. It also is going to include a 4-player screen
Split screen.
split screen mode.
For the first time, which is
Remember
pretty
when
cool.
for PS2 you had to get that special device in order to play with 4 people?
Yeah, unless you had the really, really big, fat PS2.
Is that a new model or? An
Well,
old
there was
model,
two.
I
There
mean?
was 2 models of the PS2. There was the fat one, and
the
then
slim.
there's the slim. The
I
slim.
had the fat one, but it only had 2 players.
Really?
Yeah.
You had a weird edition. Mine had
Okay.
4. I
Okay.
could be remembering wrong, but I have the slim of it now. But I don't know. But I like this because the actual split screen multiplayer is kind of phasing out a little bit. So I'm really, really glad to see that a game is having that.
Because everything's moving to online multiplayer where everything's like, oh, you just get one big giant fat screen. But yeah, I mean,
It's sad. To me, it's sad.
because it loses the togetherness, like when we played Mario Kart at one time. and
Exactly.
we- Smash Bros.
There's not a lot of games like that anymore. There really isn't.
Caleb, what is that pirate thing over there? I've just been looking at it. What is that?
Oh, that's something on Twitter.
Okay.
I have it open.
All right.
I don't even know what it is. That
But-
was weird and random. But okay.
I don't know. I'm just
Elder
looking
Scrolls
at it.
Online.
Yeah.
We know about the Handsome
we talked
Jack
about that
collection.
last week.
Well,
Did we?
2 weeks ago or last week, I don't remember
It was
when.
last week.
We talked about it maybe going free to play, but now it's officially going to be launching as free to play.
Oh, did it say that?
Yes,
Officially.
What's going on is on
Where is this?
on PC, they're going to launch what's
Oh, wow.
called Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited on the 17th of March, and then it's going to be released on PS4 and Xbox One on June 9th. So, what that is, it's going to be called Tamriel Unlimited. New players will be able to make a one-time purchase and play without restrictions for as long as they like. So, you know when you bought Destiny and you just bought the game and now you could play online however long you like? It's basically that. That's that model.
That's good.
Now,
No microtransactions. Not that I.
well,
See?
here's the thing.
Oh.
They will also develop optional paid downloadable content. Like, so you'd have to buy
An optional
say,
sub.
Yeah. So you'd have to buy, say, expansion packs, stuff like that. Basically, the normal thing for an MMO.
So like WoW. Pretty much.
but not without the paid subscription.
Wow.
Now there is a paid subscription. Players who are currently subscribed to ESO, which is costing them $14.99 a month, will be automatically upgraded to what's called ESO Plus accounts when Tamriel Unlimited launches. Now, it's a premium membership. It's a paid-for membership, and that gets you exclusive in-game bonuses with access to all the DLC packs. So pretty much it's like buying a season pass, but over time, and you get access to it whenever you want as it comes out. And so some of the bonuses that they get include a monthly drop of what's called crowns. I think that's the currency. And that's the new in-game currency that's
I see.
debuting
Well-
in there. It's really it's a lot of different stuff, but I'm personally glad that it's going to a subscription-free model with a one-time purchase, just because I wanted to play it, but I didn't want to do the whole subscription thing.
I played the
Yeah.
beta. The beta was interesting. It's like it's a good MMO, but if you want it to be an Elder Scrolls game, it's not that.
I do have a problem with the whole subscription thing because I can't always play,
Right.
all the time. Because
Right. That's
especially
why
this time around, it's
Right.
so busy.
Exactly. That's why I like Destiny, because you can just kind of play at your own pace. And if you want to get the expansions, you can. Now, if you don't have the expansion, it's going to limit your gameplay a little bit. But hey, that's the sacrifices you make. But I, for one, am excited because I have a PS4 and I don't really have a lot of games on it that I can play when I want to play it, just because it's still a relatively new console. It's still in its baby stages.
It's a wee baby.
It's just over a year
Silly
old.
doll. All right, well, next up we will have your nerd vocab, and you are listening to the Alternation Nerd Edification Hour.
What did you just merge?
1480
What the heck?
Supreme Spectacularness, when the song coming up is Forgotten Man.
You are crazy.
And we will be right back.
Hey. Oh, okay. Hey, welcome to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I'm Jake,
I'm Rachel.
I'm Caleb. Hello.
and
World.
it's
Good
time
afternoon.
for your nerd vocab.
Yes, indeed it is.
I can't find it.
You can't find it.
I don't know.
It's lost.
It's lost in the
I don't think I have.
awesomeness.
Oh, it's way down
that
there.
is-
He's used to it being at the top of the page.
sorry.
Yeah. Today's nerd vocab is cyborg. It is a fictional or hypothetical person whose physical abilities are extended beyond normal human limitations and capabilities by mechanical elements built into the body.
So a good example is
The Teen
Cyborg
Titan.
from
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans or Justice League, whichever one you prefer. But yes, Cyborg.
Or the comics, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's comics, DC, all that good stuff.
You could
you know.
also argue that people who have lost limbs that have gotten a mechanical prosthetic that that connects to, that they're trying to develop and stuff that actually is movable can also kind of be called a cyborg a little bit,
Indeed. They can be called cyborgs, and then there's also
or more bionic rather.
Or the
but-
cyborg from Treasure Planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
or like Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
Right.
Definitely, like we talked about that
When's
a
that
couple
movie come
episodes
out?
ago. We don't know yet.
Okay.
Don't know.
We just know that Scarlett Johansson is going to be in it.
You'd
And
have to ask
yeah.
Scarlett.
Basically, it's a living brain inside of a robot pretty much. That's why they call it Ghost in the Shell.
Yep.
Or I think vice versa as well, right? They have mechanical brains also in like a human body.
Yeah, I think it has some of those.
It's like vice versa. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's like, hey, you want to trade brains or whatever? It's like just Cyborg want to trade brains.
Yep.
All right. Anyways, moving on. The reason why
We can rebuild him.
we can build him
We
better,
have the technology.
faster, stronger. He will murder everyone.
Okay.
All right, so French scientists have created a thin strip filled with electrodes, which is implanted along the spinal cord to deliver electrical impulses and drugs. Basically, it's supposed to help people with paralysis. It's like a little implant, and then whenever it moves,
Does it go behind the neck or does it go on the lower bit of the spinal cord?
I think it
that's where I would-
depends on the level of paralysis.
Yeah.
Say, for
Yeah, like
example,
where
that
it
you
goes.
don't have you have no movability of your legs.
Yeah,
it would
then
be
it'll go down
placed. Yeah, it would be
tailbone,
placed
yeah.
near your tailbone or something like that. If you have it. If you can't move your entire body, I imagine it will be placed somewhere on the neck.
Yeah, neck or wherever the injury is, but they've tested this on rats, obviously, paralyzed rats, by the way, and then they have been fitted with the implant and were able to walk in just a few weeks of training.
That's really neat. That's a real
Modern
step
medicine.
in modern science and medicine, and I like when we talk about things like that because they are kind of nerdy in a way because it involves a lot of technology and ideas from, say, science fiction and stuff like that.
It's like something from a comic book, if you
Almost,
would.
yeah. I mean, people have been talking about these kind of things for
Yeah, but
years.
usually with like Rats of Nim or Watership Down, that kind of thing doesn't really.
The Rats of Nim is pretty interesting. I've seen both movies, actually. I don't know if you guys know what
The book
Rats of
goes
Nim is.
into a lot more detail about the laboratories and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
Whereas in the movie, it was just like a little minute segment. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
But yeah, I like that they're developing more stuff like this that, has really good human applications.
Yep. Sooner or later, we'll be able to have a whole working arm.
They've started on that. It's just it doesn't look as pretty as they'd like, and it's very heavy because the hardware and software required, to actually make it move with your mind is rather complicated.
Yeah, it would be kind of interesting, like the way the human population, is going. There's more and more defects and genetic disorders going along.
There and another thing with the problem with developing all these mechanical stuff is the barrier between, say, your thought and controlling a machine is really hard to breach because it's complicated.
There we go. I didn't mean Watership Down. I meant The Plague Dogs.
Oh.
That's a crazy movie.
Plague dogs.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, as I'm learning in programming class, machines only understand binary code, which is a whole bunch of on-off
Can
signals.
we think in binary code? Translating thought to binary code?
You would have to translate thought into whatever language or something
that
like that.
would probably require a really complex algorithm of some kind.
It would require studying the brain, which we still don't know much about.
Oh, that's what neuroscience is for.
Yeah, so it's all very interesting. And next up, we will have your technology news. We'll talk about robots and
A robot.
talk about robots and iPads.
That
and
King of the
whatnot.
Hill episode
No, I haven't seen that. No.
where his twin brother is Japanese because his father got with a Japanese woman, and he's like, "Oh, well, what do you do? I make robots."
All right, well,
Okay.
So, yeah, robots is what we're talking about next.
Robots and stuff. You're listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio, and the song is the Fairy Tale opening number 6. And we will be
Good.
right back.
Awesome.
All right, welcome back to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I'm Caleb.
I'm Rachel.
And the one
I'm Jake.
missing with his microphone with the papers is Jake.
No, it's like
over there.
it's a fan.
He's fanning
He's a
himself.
fan.
Apparently, it's hot in here.
It is.
Do I need to step outside then?
Ha!
I haven't heard that one before.
That was funny.
It's funny because it's not true. I'm just kidding.
What?
All right. So, what's our tech news?
Tech news. We got a whole bunch of tech news. What do we want to talk about first on the tech news?
Let's talk about Twitch.
Twitch. Okay, Twitch is now providing music for those people who like to listen to music while they stream. Basically, said insert MOBA here. People want to listen to.
Is it stock
whatever.
music?
They didn't go into detail, but they're
Do they have world music?
communicating with other record people to bring in music that say, okay, you can play this.
Not
over the
EMI
internet.
records.
And until then, it's just instrumental and elevator music.
But that's
so
the best kind.
At a loading screen, you could put on the elevator music.
No,
I'm kidding, of course.
She's kidding. No, there's actually like songs with words or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
they probably have some existing stuff that they've had contracts that they already got a contract with. So at least that's what I would think.
and they're also having a new music category. So if you want to broadcast like yourself playing live, you can do that. They're trying to broaden their horizons a bit.
So you could do instead of doing like a live stream of a video game, you could do a live stream of your band recording a track.
Yeah.
As long as it's
Sweet.
not a cover.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we can actually be on Twitch as well. That'd be interesting. You think?
You are just full of ideas.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
That's a Rachel response. Don't question it.
It's a Rachel response.
See, I like living in ambiguity. I like living an ambiguous lifestyle. I'm kidding. I make all my answers ambiguous for a reason. Because the true answers are to be determined.
The true answers are non-existent.
Right. I can't answer them yet because I don't know.
It's just an idea, though, like many other ideas I've had before. So, now, before we get on to the big thing that I want to talk about, we'll talk about the future iPads could have a joystick for gaming installed.
Now, okay, so are they really going to make a new model of the iPad again with a joystick built in, or is it going to be, say, how the 3DS has the Circle Pad Pro, or will it be an attachment?
I think it's going to come with the thing, like with the new 3DS.
It's ambiguous.
But
there is no answer.
it's-
He doesn't know.
I don't know how
Okay.
big it's going to be, but there is going to be an analog stick.
I would think that they would be a little more, try it out first how people would think about using a joystick with an iPad. Like I said, like the Circle Pad Pro, that's what Nintendo did, and then they realized, oh, people like this, so we're going to build it in little C-stick in our next model. So that would be smart for them to try it out. I don't know that would what people like about the iPads is it's sleek, you can store it in a case, and it's thin. Slap a joystick on that's not going to be the case anymore because it requires some more internal hardware and will make it thicker.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is just an announcement, but I don't think it's going to be too intrusive. It's, it might slide out, or it might just be on the pad itself, which it won't.
My guess
I don't
is
know.
it's going to be like an attachment sort of thing that you can purchase. Like, well, you know how there's say on iPads now, you can get an attachment for certain apps. Say if your iPad is also your how you ring up transactions at like your business or something like that, and
plug in
you
the
plug
charger
in the
kind of
little
thing.
chart. You plug in this little thing to the headphones, and it's a credit card slider.
Headphone jack?
Yeah,
How does that work?
I don't know. Like it used to be the headphones.
Don't question it, Jake. It's technology.
I don't know.
Just-
You either put it in the auxiliary port or the bottom charge port, and you use it and that's your credit card slider. So I imagine it would be something like that first, just because, and it would be like an Apple product. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I
See,
just
all we know is that there will be a joystick.
picturing
iPads now.
maybe
So-
picturing a joystick on an iPad is not an image that I want in my head because it just doesn't look. I don't know where they'd put it. I honestly don't know where they'd put it.
Well, maybe we'll find out more in the coming weeks. So, next up, have you ever wanted your own giant mech suit, like they have in the Animus?
And Gundam.
Sounds violent.
Gundam and Code Geass and
a dozen other things.
does billion other. It's like a whole genre in itself. Giant mech suit anime. It's literally a whole
Full
genre.
Metal Panic. It's just everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, in Japan, in the Kyoto area only, by the way, Amazon is selling a giant mech suit for around. Rachel, you're good at math. You might want to. Can you say that number? The big number. It's like. I don't know, is that 1,200,000 million or is that 1,200 million thousand?
120 million. yen.
Okay. I'm not. You should tell how good I am at math. I can't read numbers. It's just the big ones that give me problems. But anyways, it.
And shipping is only 350 yen, provided that you live in Kyoto.
Yes.
So yeah.
Anywhere else.
So it's basically the Karatas model 1. It's a 5,000 kilogram mech suit. It's huge.
It's like, yeah.
Is it workable? I
Yes,
mean,
you can move the arms and you can sit inside, and whenever you smile, it'll shoot bullets or something. Not real bullets, not real bullets, like
Oh,
little
so it's a toy.
DBs. It's a toy. Of course,
Yeah.
they're not going to sell like nuclear warheads.
I was thinking like,
attached
oh,
to-
this is a warfare thing?
No.
I'm going to give it to the military.
No, goodness.
So you
no.
take this out on a firing range and you just have at it with like a dummy or something.
Yeah, you could, and they even have like water missiles, like water-powered missiles. Will
it runs on.
It's a glorified water gun and BB gun.
It runs on V-Sidio, which is the next generation robot operating system. You can move the arms and torso from within the mech's enclosed cockpit. Or if you prefer to fight your space battles from a safe distance, the suit has a remote control module. Can you just imagine, like, creeping behind, like, sitting behind a bush and you show up at, like, your friend's house, but it's just the mech suit, it's not you, and you have, like, your phone in there and be like, hey, guys, but you're not actually there. I wonder how, like, far the range is on the control panel.
They didn't specify that.
Well, that's
but,
an important detail that they're going to have to tell people.
Well, I'm sure with that, how much it costs, I'm sure it'll be a good distance.
I think the point of a mech suit is you're supposed to ride in it, though.
I just think it looks neat. Unfortunately, it doesn't fly, but it does roll down the street at speeds up to 10 kilometers. This thing is so neat. If I had this kind of money, I would just get it because it's neat. The suit is powered by a diesel engine that the promotional video claims is gasoline. Well, duh.
I don't know. It's probably like a translation error, but it's.
But okay, so if it's that's going to be a rather potent mech suit if it runs on diesel.
120 million yen. I think that's like $1.2 million.
Sounds about right. I mean,
Sounds about
there's
right.
a lot of technology built put into that thing.
But I'm just, I can think of my favorite artist over there in Japan, Gak, just obsessed with Gundam. I think he's going to buy one of these because he doesn't live in Kyoto, but he'll probably buy one because that's, oh my God. I'm expecting to see YouTube videos about this very soon.
There's only one available right now, but of course they will make more.
They'll make one in red and in blue and in green.
Also black.
Also fat-free.
Fat free and only 30 calories.
Grab them because you got to have them.
But this is just...
Can't just have one.
I seriously can't get over how nuts this is. Like, everyone's been...
We're getting closer to where there will actually be like fast moving.
One for your dog.
Next
A
thing you know,
dog
we're
in that
going to
suit.
see TV shows of people fighting in their mech suits.
And it'll be like, what's that one movie? Real Steel?
Yeah.
We're getting closer to that,
It'll
you
be
know.
like Real Steel, but with people in the robots.
It's just
or Pacific Rim. At some point,
Ooh.
it'll be Pacific Rim.
Yeah, where we'll have to have two people do a mind meld thing.
Mind meld. You took the words right out of my mouth.
But yeah, it's the only problem, the only limitation we have right now is movement-wise for androids and the AI for them.
Yeah.
We got pretty much the basic idea for them. It's just like the AI and the movement that we have to figure out.
Yeah, like it's one thing
But we're
to
getting closer.
You mean Japan is getting closer.
If Japan and the Disney Imagineers could work together,
Tokyo Disneyland.
Yeah.
that would be.
Let's bring them together at that place. This already has.
They
It already
would
has.
they would make Ultron or something like that. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
like. I mean,
That's
it's
not Disney.
Like, well,
Yes, it is. So Marvel's Disney.
Hasbro.
Ultron.
All right.
Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron is what he's
Make
talking
it Age of
about.
Ultron.
Oh,
Marvel.
okay.
Marvel.
But
For some reason, I was thinking Megatron. What am I?
your brain just auto-corrected is all.
Okay.
But like, it's one thing to be sitting at like a control panel inside of a mech suit and using a joystick to control it. It's a whole other thing entirely where you literally have your arms hooked up and are moving
You
it
could
with
break your
own-
arms doing that.
You could. You very well could, because if, say, you're fighting in your mech suit and your
Arm.
arm
Twisted.
gets twisted, your actual arm is going to be twisted. Or if they break your mech's arm, I wonder.
Well,
It's very interesting to see.
I kind of like the idea of. I know in this one Gundam where it has like they stand in like a little. Kind of like the Rugrats, where they stand in that one area and it
Yeah.
like kind of follows your whole body movement.
Yeah.
I think that would be
Oh,
much
so it's Spy Kids
easier
3
to do.
in the robot arena.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of something like that.
Yeah. Well, once again, kind of going back to our previous discussion about the
You mean the Reptar helmet?
device that is attached to the spine. It's interesting to see how far science has progressed, because years ago we were imagining this kind of thing in science fiction only, and now all of a sudden there's an actual mech suit that you can operate and drive and walk in, which is absolutely nuts.
Now, if it can only be affordable, everybody can get a mech suit and drive
Be
down the
It will
street.
never be affordable.
Probably not, but there's a hope. All right, I think that'll be it for that segment. Next up, we'll have some comic book news.
Yes.
And the song playing is one of Jake's favorite, and it's Aquabats.
Oh, really?
Matter? Yep.
What's your favorite, Jake?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of your favorites, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I went and saw him in concert.
That was right. All right. And you were listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio, and we will be right back.
And we are back on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I am Rachel, and I have next to me my friend Jake.
Hey-o, that's me. And
Caleb!
across the way,
What's up? I'm Caleb. Hello.
Yes.
How's it going?
So now we have our comic book news in the form of Marvel, because there's no other comic book news right now. Not really. I mean, unless we want to talk about the Arrow coming back for its new season, or
In the
after the
knee.
mid-season finale, which I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it was really dramatic and we don't know what's going to happen.
Spoilers.
Yeah, so
Okay.
as long as John Barrowman's still in the show, I really don't care. So that's just me. That's just my opinion, my 2 cents. But anyway, this announcement is the announcement to end all announcements.
Oh,
the show is ending.
there shall be no other announcements ever again.
No, the Marvel Universe ends this year.
What?
So what's going on is it's going to begin in Avengers number 44 and New Avengers number 33. Those are comic issues, guys, for those who don't know. And then continue into Secret Wars number 1, which is the new set. It's going to be kind of a finale reset of the universe.
All the universes.
All of them.
All of them. Every universe.
Like, the final incursion will take place between the Marvel 616 universe, which is one of the current ones, and the Ultimate Marvel universe, another one of the current ones. So heroes of both of the worlds are going to, go together to solve this huge problem, but they're going to fail. They're going to epically fail, and it's going to mess
Is
everything
that
up.
going to spark the new universe? Is
Probably-
there failure?
Yeah.
Universe
yeah.
reset.
Well, probably everyone's going to die. So...
Time paradox.
And it's the new Marvel stuff is going to continue in the post-Secret Wars. Now, this is not new for Marvel to do something like this. They, Ultimate Marvel Universe is not the original Marvel Universe. It's something separate. And that's where Ultimate Spider-Man came from. So there's a bunch of different Marvel universes, but this one is going to reset kind of all the current ones into a new thing. And I mean, DC kind of did this with New 52 a while back. So this is not new for any people who do comic books. It's kind of a good thing, because after you stay in one universe for too long, it gets kind of stagnant.
Yeah.
And
Just make new superheroes.
and
then.
with anything.
Well, then if you
Reset it and then go, okay, we're done with the Avengers and
No, they're never-
Spider-Man.
they're
Can
never-
we just do new
No,
superheroes?
they're never going to be done with the Avengers and Spider-Man and X-Men. Those are their front runners.
This is like the only media, though, where they just keep using the same characters. or
Because
whatever.
they know it's successful.
Yeah, it works. Plus, you know how hard it is to kind of like make up new superheroes?
Don't fix it if it ain't broke,
Exactly.
as they say.
But the universe is about to break anyway, so.
yeah, so I mean, like I said, it gets kind of stagnant. Or if you have all these different universes existing at the same time, like more than 2 or 3, then it gets really confusing. Like I'm already kind of confused about how many different universes to count on.
How many
with,
different Spider-Mans there are.
How many different turtle verses there are in
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant
There's a
Ninja
lot
Turtles.
of turtle verses.
Yeah, it gets complicated after a while. So this is kind of a way to uncomplicate it and also draw in new fans and new subscriptions and stuff like that to their comics and whatnot. It makes it easier
Yeah.
on the consumer as well as easier on those actually creating the comics. So it's a good thing. It is. And it's also really dramatic, which is always good. So
Yeah, interesting. It's interesting. What else? Didn't we have something else?
No, that was really it because there's nothing.
Don't
Was
need to,
there
like,
something
ramble
that
for
you
seven
wanted
minutes.
to talk about?
No, I guess we can do some shameless promotion now.
Shameless promotion. Yes.
If you're a fan of the Nerd Edification Hour and you are listening right now live, then go ahead and please check out the Nerd Edification Hour on Facebook.
Yes.
You just look up the Nerd Edification Hour and we will show up. Also on Twitter, that is at Nerd Edification.
I'm not. It's muted. I'm not.
Good.
I've got this really cute theme song I wanted to play, but I'll play it after the show.
We can do that later.
Yeah, Jake is trying to get us a new
The YouTube
song.
channel is called Strangely Entertaining. You will know it when you see it. The icon is Caleb's
my
face,
face.
as a me as a video game character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you look on our
There's a
Twitter
link-
and the
yeah.
Facebook, you'll see my me face, and that's
He
basically
looks
what
like
it
he's
is.
in a mech suit cockpit on the
Yeah.
icon.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Kind of
there-
like a spaceship.
Yeah, there's links on both pages, and we usually post links to our videos of this as well as videos of playthroughs and whatnot.
Yeah, I have almost got the Smash Brother video available. I just have to put in the new outro.
Yeah,
We'll have- make it more fancy.
You can see in that video. You will see me epically failing at Smash Brothers.
And me epically winning.
Yeah, Jake's-
because I make up for my lack of Mario Kart skills.
Yeah, it was
I
very
am-
strange. I wasn't expecting Jake to do that well, but he's like, nope, I'm going to win twice in a row. I'm like,
I am
"Oh, Jake."
terrible at fighting games.
Oh, spoilers for the video.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
Terrible at fighting
Oh, well.
games. Everything else, I'm pretty good at, though. I like to think. I just like to have fun. I also like to win. So
Girls
this
just
is-
want to have fun.
This is this. It's
She
a
wants-
it's a difficult world.
She wants to
for
have
me.
fun, except for when it's Smash Brothers, and then forget that
Uh-oh.
logic.
No, no Smash Bros for me. No.
I could beat anybody at Guitar Hero, though. I was a no life when I was younger. So,
No life.
yeah.
But yeah, totally check us out on YouTube, Strangely Entertaining. Check us out on Facebook, Nerd Edification Hour, and the same on Twitter.
Yeah, for some reason, although the name doesn't show up in the search, so you just have to look up the Nerd Edification Hour. It's kind of weird like that. And also, thank you, Kyle, for making all the art and stuff, all the thumbnails and everything.
Oh, should want me to hold up the? No, he probably
No,
wouldn't appreciate that.
Not that yet.
He's shaking his head, so I guess
He
I
drew
won't.
me some pictures, guys. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we don't have a
They're-
PO box for fan art right now.
Yeah, they're very gaming related. It's fun, and I'm going to hang them up on my wall.
Indeed, we have about another minute of rambling.
Pictures of you.
Yep.
Pictures
thanks for
of me
listening,
hung
everyone.
up on your wall for the world to see.
This is not a karaoke channel, Jake.
Okay.
All right, and we're done here. All right, see y'all next week.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Enjoy your week.
Bye.